Hey, welcome to Community Group. I'll tell you what, we are honored that you would even consider pressing that play button on us. Haven't we gone viral, these videos?
We have. That last video that we shot together, 17 views. Unbelievable.
Wow, that's crazy. It's a lot of shares.
But hey, there is a power in community that's taking place, and we're seeing it and hearing stories about groups and how people are really connecting. Hey, would you just look across the room at your group leader just for a second, just real awkwardly, just stare them right into their soul?
Stare them down.
Now let's put our hands together and tell them thank you for hosting. They stepped out in courage to do that. And so thank you, leaders, for stepping up.
Yes, for sure. Hey, we've been talking about the Our Time desserts, and if you haven't made it to one of those yet, we want to invite you to the last one this coming Sunday, February 26th at 7 p.m. And again, this is just a time for us to really drill down on the vision that is behind Our Time and this whole building thing and everything that God's doing at Rock Harbor.
Yeah, hey, the first two that we've done have been incredible. We want you to RSVP though, because if you're going to bring kids, we want to be able to make preparations for that. So please let us know. Also, just know that during this time, we're showing additional videos and some extra things. You don't want to miss it. And if you were scheduled for one of the first two, that's okay. Still show up to this one. We'd love to see you there. Commitment Sunday is coming up, and we're inviting you to sit down at your kitchen table. Have an opportunity to pray with your spouse. If you happen to be married, pray with your family. Grab a pen, paper. Ask God what He would have you to do to invest and resource reaching people in this community with Jesus.
Yes, and if you haven't driven your marathon yet, we've been talking about this 26.2 around the valley here. If you haven't done that yet, we want to invite you to set aside that time, put some music on, and pray around our community for the salvation of souls.
As we've been studying in the book of Nehemiah over the last couple of weeks during our time, it's incredible to see the faith that it took, the prayer that was needed for him to overcome opposition. In Nehemiah 4:14, it says, "And I looked and arose and said to the nobles and said to the officials and the rest of the people, 'Do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers and your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes.'" Just as Scott shared in the message this Sunday, the next generation is what it's all about. So when we're fighting these battles, these are more than just physical battles. These are spiritual battles. There's a battle going on all around us. There's a lion that's seeking to devour our lives, to devour our families. We are battling for the next generation.
Yes, which leads us to the question we would love for you guys to all ask each other right now and talk about in your group. I'm sure that all of us has faced some type of spiritual warfare at some point. So go around and talk about this. What's one of the biggest obstacles that you have had to overcome? Go around and talk about that. What's the biggest obstacle that you've had to overcome?
Maybe you're in a battle right now. Would you take some time and pray as a group as you wrap up your time? It's important for us to know, like in community, that's what it's about, praying for one another and sharing honestly about what our struggles are.
Yep, and as we've been saying all along, it's our time to build more than a building. We've been called to build lives for such a time as this.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.